Going further to that, obviously, artificial intelligence is one of the big things at the moment that everyone's talking about as well. How do you see the next wave of technology revolution disrupting recruiting, gig work, and the workforce solutions?
Yeah, well, I think that the thing about technology is that it doesn't stop. There's always something that's next, and that's just the very nature of technology-driven change. So if you think about where we've been, I think that can sort of help point to where the future is going. Maybe the years ago, if you go way back, how did somebody get connected if they had a job that they needed to have filled? They might have gone and just put the word out among their friends, or way back when, they posted a notice on their door, or a handbill or something, and said, "Workers, we're looking for workers." Eventually, a whole newspaper classified industry sprang up to do that on a more of a massive scale. And eventually, we got to the point where, whole industries and ecosystems arrived to help with that, the staffing industry in particular. And over the last few decades, we've seen the growth of job boards, which have made it easier to connect with people on the candidate side. You've also seen the growth of vendor management systems that allowed better management of the intermediate suppliers and all the different organizations supplying labor. And so the next wave of that has been the growth of what we call the human cloud and online staffing. All of that, is stuff that we're going to be covering within the conference. But of course, it's not the end. And so the next couple of technologies that we're looking at pretty closely include artificial intelligence. And, we see artificial intelligence really just at the beginning of some of the impacts. I do think that there are organizations that already have, AI in a limited way in their recruitment process. But, there's more to come. I think that it's going to change the job of the recruiter themselves over time. It's certainly going to have impact on sourcing and matching, making markets more transparent, making it easier to get the right candidate connected with the right job, and to change. I think it will make recruiters more productive, and a smaller number of recruiters will be able to fill a greater number of jobs. But that's just, I think, the beginning of the types of impact it's likely to have. There's all sorts of change coming, of course, in addition, just in what sort of jobs there will be out there. And so, like any new technology, artificial intelligence is going to create whole new classes of jobs, and it'll also change and eliminate some types of jobs as well. So the challenge for organizations and for the staffing and recruitment firms is to figure out where those changes are going, to make sure that you're tapping into and developing the new skills that you need. And I think there's a whole sort of societal challenge around retraining and reskilling the workforce as that change comes over time.
Great, thank you, Barry. I don't want to take too much of your time up, so I'm just going to ask one last question. Back to obviously the gig economy conference